That's why keep me a stick of big purse.
In the dark, I'm in my drop top. Who's in the streets? In the streets. In the streets. I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me.
I just wanna be
Because there's some of you who are out there who are thinking that I'm talking now because he's engaged. Again. Okay. I'm going to tell you what the PR tactic is and why. Because somebody snitched and told that side what baby mama number 1 and number 2 were up to. But it's all good. So I'm gonna let y'all know what's gonna happen today, okay? And y'all are gonna be, well, some of y'all just hate me, which is totally fine. I mean, hate is a strong word, but some of y'all really hate me. Some of y'all really be on like Lipstick Alley still. I was blown when I found out that was still a thing. Oh my God, that's still a thing. Wow. But tea has been spilled. So let me tell y'all what's gonna happen today before I put out part 4. Because of everything that is going on, there is a birthday party that is happening today. Yes, a birthday party. There's a birthday party for his third daughter. I'm sorry, well, second daughter, but third child. The child that was born 6 months, not even, after his first daughter. Yeah, all the kids that were kept secrets. Anyways, there's going to be a birthday party today, and it's going to have his family and, you know, not friends of this child, because the child lives in Canada, but I digress. There's going to be this huge birthday party. It's going to probably be at his house. He's going to post a bunch of pictures. He's going to have a PR person, a photographer, who is going to go around and videotape all these decorations, okay? And every photo, every video is going to be of, you know, the child smiling and being so happy. There's going to probably be a karaoke video of some sort. There's going to be a lot of hugging and a lot of smiling, a lot of this. It's going to be a whole lot of that. That's what's going to happen today. Why? Because everything is now coming out. All right. So I just want y'all to be prepared. It is definitely a PR stunt. The other daughter that was basically stolen from her mother is there. She was just dropped off late last night, I believe. Because she loves her sister. She loves her siblings. I'm not about the okie doke. I'm not about the PR stunts. I'm not about any of that. I've never been about it. Why? Because I majored in basically entertainment, theater education, and humanities. Humanities was probably the best thing I could have taken because I learned a lot about psychology. So when people are pushed up against the wall, especially when you're an entertainer, what you have to do is you have to put out PR stunts. You have to have a PR team. So when things come out about you that are bad and you're an elephant fighting an ant, it's easy to shut me up. It's easy to make the world go around and say, oh my God, she is just jealous because he's engaged now. Are y'all serious? Y'all really, there's no way that some of y'all really think that. But if you do, that means because you will eat, sleep, shit that person which is not fine, but if that's your life, then so be it. But for me, I'm about truth. And I'm about being shut up for I was pregnant, right? And then we go back from that and we talk about when we were dating. Regardless of age, we dated for 3.5 years, okay? And even though I was 5 years older than him, that shit happens, I was also very young-minded myself. And I think people miss that because when they hear 24, they think about themselves when they were 24. But let's give some context. When I was 24, I had only had one sexual partner consensually, okay? I was raped of my virginity. So I was not experienced in all of that at all. I didn't really know about different positions. I didn't know about different things that happen during intercourse. I was just as green as I thought he was. I was told that, he had just recently lost his virginity. We had these deep ass conversations, all right? And I felt like he enjoyed the same things that I did. We enjoyed being goofy. We enjoyed being silly. We were both immature together. Okay. I enjoyed going to theme parks. This is stuff that we were doing. Playing hide and go seek in his townhouse and then house. This is the stuff that we did. We were just immature together. All right. But as time went on and the physical and mental and verbal abuse happened, yes, even at my age and dealing with someone 5 years younger than me that is 6'11", about damn 200 pounds, you can still be put in your place, okay? So we're not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, you should have known better. Maybe I should have, but that's not how I was raised. And that's just what it is. But what I have learned and what I learned at FAMU is to really read people. So it took me, yes, about 4 years to read who this person really was. But once I did start paying attention to certain things. I did start paying attention to certain traits. I did start paying attention to what he was telling me versus what was being done. So his sister and him coming on my live yesterday and commenting, and I'm so happy I didn't see it because I was just so into speaking. I'm so happy I didn't see it because had I probably would have said a lot more, such as their older brother molesting them, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. And y'all might be like, oh my God, did she just say that? Yes, the fuck I said it. Because the same thing happened to my son for 5 years and nobody did shit. Okay? So when you're dealing with a family who has had sexual assault and molestation in their family and they hid it, they went to church. Heal my son. Okay? And it was a half brother, so it wasn't the mother's son, it was the father's older son. But finding out about all this stuff, and I've heard it before, but I didn't hear it necessarily in depth when he was crying on my shoulder about things that had happened to him and his sister. I kept it. But then when it started happening more and more and more, and now you're trying to basically be quiet and you're trying to act like it didn't happen. There was an entire interview that was done about this brother and how much he loved him and everything. You go on Google or you go on Bing or whatever these little search engines are, you don't see them shits. You don't see them at all. All those stories have been wiped clean. So when people tell you that something is on the internet or when something is on the internet, it's on there forever, that's a fucking lie. Money can get shit removed, okay? There is not one story about that brother anymore. But yes, that is the brother that molested his sister for years, and they still sent her to spend time with him during the summer. The only time that brother went to jail was when he molested his own daughter. And she told. People are mandated reporters. Okay? That's why his ass finally went to jail. It wasn't because of what he had done to the brother, him, his sister, none of that. Because they believe God can handle it. All right? So for 5.5 fucking years, my child was molested. And I knew it. I threatened the nanny. Well, let me not say threatened, because like I said before, I promised her if I found out that she was doing something to my child, we're going to have a problem. When I found that out, what happened? I get ghosted, y'all. I now know nothing about what is going on in that house. And that's where I ended video 3. So I'm doing video 4 right now on live. All right? So let's talk about it. My child continued to come home. As he got older, he started stating certain things. Mind you, I am now in court because I'm refusing to let my child go over to his father's house. Wouldn't you, as a mother, if you know that your child is being touched, wouldn't you as a mother not allow your child to go somewhere regardless of what the fuck the system says? I'm pretty sure you would. But what y'all saw on the internet, what y'all saw in the blogs and on the news, who I thought was real. I always thought the news was real. I'm sure a lot of us did growing up. We thought if it's on Channel 9, Channel 2, WESH, what all these other shits are, they have to be telling the truth, right? No, they don't. They say whatever the fuck they want to say. Obviously, look who our president is. Or y'all president. Anyway, moving on. After I made that threat, I was told very little about what was going on in the house. When I would call to check on my child, nobody would answer. There was an assistant there by the name of Mrs. R. I'm going to say Mrs. R because she really did try to help me. When I was telling her about how I felt, she was like, well, I don't trust her anyway because she's been caught on camera stealing clothes. Oh, but she's still the nanny? That's crazy to me. But anyway, cool. Let's move forward. My child is still being dropped off at home. And as I'm giving him baths, he's playing with himself. But in a way that's not like normal, because I asked the doctor about it and I'm like, is he supposed to be doing this? I know like boys, you know, they get erections fast, but like, is it normal for them to do this, do that? And she's like, absolutely not. She's like, you need to start writing things down in a journal. Do I need to go get my journal? Do I need to go get my phones? Because I have all the emails of where I talked about this. But let's move on. We now go to court because I'm denying visitation. That's how it was put on the internet. That's how it was put in the news, that I am being taken to court again because I am unable to work with. I am not following the agreement that we have. I am just this terrible, bitter baby mama, right? That's what was put out to the world. That's what people were thinking about me. When in the meantime, I'm fighting for my child, right? We go to court and I got all this proof. I got stacks of paper and I can't really say too much because why? He got our case sealed. Why are we sealing cases if it's about me? Why are we sealing cases if you're so right in what you're doing and you want to show the world that I'm crazy? Why are we sealing cases? But our case is sealed. Cool. Whatever. I'm still fighting for my child by any means necessary. So in court, when I make the comment about my child is being molested. How dare you say that? This is Judge Timothy Shea. I will say his fucking name. Judge Timothy Shea. Okay? This man told me, how dare you make that accusation about Mr. Howard? How dare you do this? And if I ever hear you say anything like this again, I'm going to just change custody. I'm going to give custody to Mr. Howard 100%. What? It's in the docket that I got my ass up and I cussed him out and I said, fuck you. I turned and I said to his attorney, which was Man Downs, and I said, fuck you. And I started walking out the courtroom. That was the day that I would get my first mugshot. I did. But I didn't. I walked. I didn't run. I walked to the elevator. I got on that elevator. I walked out the courthouse. I walked to the parking garage. I got in my car. I left the parking garage. Nobody stopped me. But yes, I also called his attorney a fat ass bitch. I did. Because at this point, this is about my child. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all gotta say. Y'all could sit here and call me a bitter baby mama. You know what? Maybe I am. Maybe the fuck I am because of what my child went through, and people sat there and just let him run with this narrative and y'all believed it. So when you ask me why the fuck am I talking now after, oh, it's been 20 years. It ain't been 20 years. My child is 17. Okay? So let's 18. But you're asking me why I'm talking now? Why else wouldn't I talk now? There's a whole new agreement in place. And his dumb ass didn't realize that by us having this new agreement, it trumps the old one, dummy. So yes, I can talk now. And even though you gave us shit for the remainder of Braylon being a minor through graduating high school, it ain't even about the money. I know how to work. I know how to get up and get a job. I just restarted my company. I have a whole bunch of shit happening for me. So just because you don't pay shit, please don't think that's why I'm doing this. You have never helped with Braylon. You sent a check and then you stopped that check in September of last year. So this whole agreement that you're talking about we have, I don't care. I don't fucking care. I'm gonna still make it happen. I have made it happen since I was 16 years old, and I'm gonna make it happen now. Mortgage will be paid, bills will be paid, trips will be taken, experience will be had. I don't need your money, but I will tell my fucking truth, y'all. This man is evil. This man put his hands on me. This man threatened me with a knife. This man literally said he could kill me right now. And nobody would say anything because he could claim self-defense, and because everybody loves him and hates me, he get away with it. These are the type of people that y'all are defending. Y'all defended Diddy. Y'all defended R. Kelly. Do I still listen to some of his music? I ain't gonna lie. There are certain songs that I might still listen to, but I still know that he's a fucking evil ass person. Like, let's be for real now. We're not going to sit here and come at me and act like I'm just so crazy. I'm not. And anybody, why are you doing this on the internet? What are we supposed to do with this information? Listen and learn and understand, because y'all got this person on TV shows wearing wigs, okay, and dancing around, and you voting for him when this whole person is out here being a straight narcissist and abuser. Like, let's be for real. I don't give a fuck what anybody got to tell me right now. You're not going to do that. And yes, I am a little upset because it never stops. It never stops. That's why I'm doing this, because it's still happening. I'm not the only one that's talking. I'm not. Number 2 was going to have her story too. But she's waiting. I'm telling my story now because it matters. Because people cannot continue to get away with this shit. How quick we forget about what just happened. And just because, it came out that the case was dropped because he admitted it was consensual, what the fuck do you think my child has been seeing? And being told that it was okay. We're not going to sit here and now make it seem like I'm a horrible mom and like I didn't raise him right when we grew up talking about the No No Square song. Like, let's not do that. A mistake was made at 11, 12 years old. Stop it. We played house. We played hide and go get it. Let's stop right now of pushing this narrative that his daddy fucking started. That his family started. Let's also talk about my child going to Georgia for a month and them getting him kicked out of homeschool because they refused to let him do his work. They sent him to church, was trying to have like a priest tell him to say none of this happened to him. Literally was trying to get in his head and say, your mama made this up. A priest. A priest. Not a tutor. A priest. Coming to my child in Georgia as he's running around on this farm, trying to force him to say on camera, because there's cameras everywhere, this didn't happen to me here. This didn't happen to me here. This didn't happen to me here. Of course he's not going to say that because I raised him right. Let's talk about how even when the nanny was fired and why she was fired. She was fired because she touched another child. Do we know where that nanny is? He does. Will he tell anybody? No. You want to know how I know he knows where he is? Because he had to say that in a meeting that we had. Is she aware of the accusations? Yeah. If you're being accused of sexually abusing a child, wouldn't you come out and say something? Is that just me? Because I swear I would come out and say something. I really would. That's not something that you just take lightly. She's never said shit. Nobody knows where the fuck she is. Why? Because in my opinion, I believe that she was paid to leave. Just like I was offered, along with some of the other mothers were offered money to say that our child was not his. So even though there's 5, is there 5? All these years I have missed out on any type of career that I've tried to have. Not because I wasn't trying to have a career, but because I couldn't get a job, because every single time I would get something, all of a sudden it would be taken from me because of him and his PR people. Are y'all sure y'all want to work with her? She's really dramatic. Okay. I majored in theater. I am dramatic. But I'm not a liar. You're not going to sit here and make it seem like I'm just making stuff up. So let's keep going.